So, Hare Krishna, Prabhu's Matajis. Welcome all of you to this Bhagavad Gita session. So, let us start. Jnantamrandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachyata Deshatarne Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jagannath Madheswaramai Ki Jai Shri Gopal Shri Gopal Hare. So today the two verses, not so, sorry, 22, 23, the four verses which we'll be reciting today. There are 14 chapters, 22 to 25. So let us just recite the verse. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Prakasham cha pravrittim cha moham eva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrittani na nivrittani kankshati udasina vadasino गुणैर्यो न विचार्यते गुणावर्तन्त इत्येवं यो वित्तिष्ठति नेङ्गते समदुःखसुखस्वस्थः समलोष्टाश्म काञ्चनः तुल्यप्रिया प्रियो धीरस् तुल्यनिन्दात्मसंस्तुतिः मानापमन मानापमानयोस्तुल्यस् तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारंभ परित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते. So let us see what we can understand from this verse. Basically, the chapter is the material modes, right? See, actually, in the beginning, Arjuna has asked questions to Krishna, especially with regard to symptoms of transcendence in the behavior of the transcendental person. See, when one desires, when one desires, not sense gratification, when one desires neither attachment of attainment of pleasure or escape from pain also, then he has transcended the modes of nature. He doesn't want any pleasure, nor in pain. Pain also is not affected. And secondly, the embodied soul which is inside the body, will always undergo these dualities of loss and gain. But the liberated soul, he can remain unaffected by these changes because he is totally focused with the soul, with his identity that he doesn't think that he is the body, he is the soul. He only thinks I am the soul. So what is this, the symptoms of transcendence speaks about? See, Krishna, he first indicates that such a person is free from envy and hankering. This is the first, this is what he says. Symptom of transcendence means he doesn't envy anybody and doesn't have any hankering for anything. No desire for or any repulsion from manifestation of the modes. For example, attachment, delusion, right? See, this statement means as long as one is in the body, one has to act neutrally. Secondly, he has to engage in devotional service so that identification of the body will be forgotten. Thirdly, one does not need this body, nor need to accept the dictations of the body. Should be equipoised, transcendental, detached, knowing that the modes alone are active. So how does the soul become aloof? He neither desires to enjoy the body, nor desires to go out of the body. To symptoms of the transcendence, this is what we just saw. And the second, it was now behavior or dealings of one transcendental to the modes. What is the behavior of the person or the dealings of the person who is above these modes? He is steady in all circumstances, steady in whether praise or blame, very steady, honor and dishonor, happiness or distress, desirable or undesirable. Deals equally with everyone and everything. See, earth, stone, gold, accepts whatever is favorable for his duty in Krishna consciousness. Steady in friend or enemy. See, takes anyone who helps him in Krishna consciousness as a dear friend and not hates the so-called enemies. He is equally disposed and sees everything on an equal level. Social and political issues, no, they do not affect him. And moreover, he knows that he has nothing to do with the material existence. And he knows the situation of the temporary upheavals and disturbances. And he does not attempt anything for his own sake, but can attempt anything for Krishna. That is, he does not attempt anything for his own sake, but can attempt anything for Krishna. So the basic point in terms of symptoms and behavior is the same. What is that? A soul who has become liberated. How does he become liberated? By cultivating knowledge of the modes of middle nature. So a soul who has become liberated by cultivating knowledge of the modes of nature, he is detached from the matter and the pushing of the modes. This is a basic point to be understood. So in this verse, 14.2 to purport, Prabhupada writes regarding the position of all living entities of the material world. Prabhupada says, when a living entity stays in this material world, embodied by the material body, it is to be understood that he is under the control of one of the three modes of material nature. See, as we are living entities, no, always struggling with the material modes in this material world. So, because we are doing struggling, it is very, very important to know about the material modes of nature because Lord Krishna puts so much importance to the knowledge about the modes. And for this reason, Krishna has chosen 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita and also 25th chapter of the 11th canto in Srimad Bhagavatam with regards to modes of nature. So how does the modes influence us, all of us? It influences in these ways, 5 ways I just specified. See, as long as we are in this material world, we are controlled by the material modes. Goodness, passion, ignorance, right? Sattva, rajas, tamas. That is the first one. As long as we are in the middle world, we are controlled by the middle modes. Second, it controls us by our associating with it constantly. If you are associating with that means we are always with that in the materials modes. So it controls us. Third, once we associate with it, with the material modes, it shows its original color. Gunasanga pankam. That is mud of material modes, mud of material goods. Fourth point is it is called mud because it is dirty and we are completely consumed with the mud. And if possible, buried under the mud of material modes all the time. Right from morning, we feel goodness when we were from Maglati. Slowly, the whole day goes. Slowly comes to passion, and by the time signal. But always, it is a competition between. Sometimes it is more of ignorance. Sometimes it's passion. Sometimes it's goodness. Goes up and down. It's never steady. So the fifth point is the present age of Kali is so full of the modes of passion and ignorance that it is extremely difficult to stay even in the mode of goodness for a few minutes. Correct? No. Even chanting also we can see. When we start chanting, initially it is very nice. So slowly the mind will get diverted. So this puts us into a tight corner. And we're completely bewildered, wondering what is the way out of this mud of material modes, which is completely consuming the whole of our existence. This guna, this material modes is really strong in nature. See, even a highly elevated person, no, can stoop so low because of the influence of the lower modes. So we as devotees are also exhibiting this propensity, especially when our false ego or our quality of devotion is questioned by other living entities. We again react. So the modes from goodness to then passion, then to ignorance. So what is the way out? Come out of the modes. We know what happens when you are in these modes, right? It consumes us and everything. So what is way out? See, just like taking out a thorn with a needle, we have to get rid of guna, that is mud of material modes. We have to get rid of it by another transcendental nature, which is called gunapaya. which is the cause of the annihilation of everything made of material modes of nature. So this reminds of a beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 4th chapter, 29th verse, 6, 4, 29. Yadyam niruktam vachasa nirupitam diyakshabirva manasotayasya Mabhut Swarupam Gunarupamhita Savai Gunapaya Vasarga Lakshana. Anything expressed by material vibrations, anything ascertained by material intelligence, and anything experienced by the material senses or concocted within the material mind is but an effect of the modes of material nature. And therefore, has nothing to do with the real nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord is beyond the creation of this material world. For he is the source of the material qualities and creation. And as the cause of all causes, Sarva Karana Karanam, he exists before the creation and after the creation. So I wish to offer my respectful obeisance unto him. So this meaning of Gunapaya is very important to meditate. See, the cause of annihilation of everything made of material modes of nature. Right? Gunapaya. We have to remember that all our activities in devotional service is Gunapaya. Chanting, hearing, offering bhoga, studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, deity worship, cleaning, washing, every activity performed with Krishna in the center is Gunapaya. So if we develop this attitude that all our activities are for Gunapaya, Krishna, transcendental supreme absolute truth, right? Then our whole existence will become purified without any extraneous endeavor. And as Krishna promises, one who surrenders to him can easily cross over the material modes, even though they are very difficult to overcome. So material condition cannot be improved under any circumstances. We are trying to improve, right? It cannot be improved under any circumstances. And if at all it is improved, it means accepting another miserable condition. So the only way out is to come to Gunapaya. So if we can remember this one word, Gunapaya. So today we can take this word, Gunapaya. Our lives will become completely blissful and peaceful. So how much nectar does Srimad Bhagavatam gives, right? But we are so rebellious. We do not want to come to Gunapaya and expect the Lord to fix all our problems without any personal endeavor. This is how we go to Gunapaya. So if you are in Gunapaya, that means all our activities in devotional service is Gunapaya. You're chanting, you're in Gunapaya. Hearing, Gunapaya. Offering Bhoga, Gunapaya. Studying Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Deity worship, Gunapaya. Cleaning. So when a festival system, when some are doing cleaning work, some are flower decoration, so many things. Washing. So all these are Gunapaya. So let us sincerely pray for the causeless mercy of Guru, Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, that we should hammer our mind constantly to think about the transcendental Supreme Lord who causes the annihilation of the material modes. So if we have to just surrender, Sarvadharvam Paritija, he says, no, just surrender. Be always in Gunapaya. So all our activities should service is in Gunapaya. If you are doing this chanting, getting up early in the morning for Mangala Arati, right from that till the put the deities to sleep and then, right? So this is what Gunapaya, this word is so important. So material modes you can overcome the modes, come out of the modes only by Gunapaya. There is no other way. Grantra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Babaji. Hare Krishna. Vancha Kalpataru Bhishkarvat Nubayocha Patidanam Pavani Vishnu. Thank you very much, Maris, for I hope you could learn something which was very useful for you to put in your daily practice. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavata Pranam. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So thank you very much, Mataji's, Prabhu's. So I'll stop here. So tomorrow we'll come again with the next verses from Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.